Is Nicholas Latifi the worst F1 driver ever? To no one's surprise, Williams and Nicholas Latifi announced that he will not be part of the Williams driver lineup in 2023. This decision will almost definitely end the Canadian's Formula One career following 3 unsuccessful and incident-filled years in which he has collected only 9 points, an average of only 3 per year. Latifi's rise to the top of the sport is due in large part to his family's wealth, whose Sofina Foods company has been a significant sponsor of Williams. Pay drivers are drivers that pay for their spot on the grid. With the backing of his family business, Latifi is funding his own seat at Williams and is not being paid by the team. In today's video, we will take a look at his career and stats over the seasons and determine if his run has been the worst ever in F1. Before we get started, make sure to give the video a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any upcoming F1 content. Latifi started his karting career in 2009 at a relatively late age of 13. He was pretty successful from the start with a second-place finish in the Rotax Junior Canadian National Karting Championship. He continued karting until 2012 when he switched to the Italian Formula 3 series. During the 2014 season, he moved up to GP2 and competed in 2 races with Hilmer Motorsport. He bounced around for a few years until he secured a full-time seat with Dams in 2016 and stayed with the team when GP2 was rebranded as F2 in 2017. Latifi would stay with Dams for 4 years, and in his final year in 2019, he finished with a total of 214 points and was runner-up to Nyck de Vries for the F2 championship. Although he was driving full-time in F2, he was also a test driver for F1 teams, including Renault in 2016, Force India in 2018, and Williams in 2019. His status as a test and reserve driver for Williams in 2019 helped him secure the seat at Williams for the 2020 F1 season, replacing Robert Kubica and partnering with George Russell. In his first year in F1, Latifi was out-qualified by teammate Russell in all 17 Grand Prix qualifying sessions. This is significant because they are the only 2 drivers using the same equipment. The average qualifying differential was more than a second, the largest between teammates on the grid. Due to his poor qualifying, Latifi had an average start position of 17th, easily the worst of all full-time drivers. He didn't fare much better in the race either. Latifi's best finish of the season was 11th, and he ended the season with 0 points and had the unfortunate distinction of finishing 21st in the Drivers' Championship, when there were only 20 full-time drivers due to Nico Hülkenberg scoring points while driving in place of Sergio Perez, who was out due to COVID. In 2021, the best thing to happen for Latifi was the introduction of another pay driver to the grid. Haas gave Nikita Mazepin a seat in 2021, and he was clearly the worst driver on the grid. In fact, Haas had 2 rookie drivers in 2021 as their second seat went to Mick Schumacher, and Haas ended the season with 0 points. Latifi ended the season with 7 total points, with a 7th-place finish in Hungary and a 9th-place finish in Belgium. However, he was still lagging behind Russell in most aspects. Russell out-qualified Latifi in 20 of the 22 sessions, and Russell finished the season with 16 points compared to Latifi's 7. Latifi ended the season with 3 retirements after having 3 in his first season as well. The 2022 season started with a new teammate for Latifi, as Williams signed Alex Albon after George Russell took a seat at Mercedes. So far, Albon has proven to be the superior driver. Albon has an average starting position of 15.59 compared to Latifi's 17.33. Albon also has an average finish of 12.62 compared to Latifi at 15.29. After 16 races, Albon led the team with 4 points, and Latifi was sitting at 0 points. What's more embarrassing was that in the Italian Grand Prix, Albon was out with appendicitis and Nyck de Vries sat in as a last-minute substitute and finished 9th, scoring 2 points, again leaving Latifi in 21st place in a 20-driver championship. Luckily, Latifi rebounded in a crazy rain-shortened Japan Grand Prix with his own 9th-place finish and now has 2 points on the season. Overall, Mazepin was probably worse than Latifi in his lone season in Formula One, but Latifi may very well have the worst 3-year run as an F1 driver. It didn't help that Williams did not have a competitive car, but Latifi was constantly being outperformed by his teammates. Although Latifi didn't perform well as an F1 driver, he did deserve the chance as his performances in F2 warranted a look on the grid. It was just surprising that Williams stuck with him for 3 full seasons before moving on. Let us know in the comments below who you think will take Latifi's seat at Williams and if you think Latifi is the worst F1 driver ever. Be sure to check out our other video on the other end of the spectrum where we look at whether Max Verstappen is having the most dominant season ever. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more F1 content. Until next time, rev it up and have a great day!